Hey guys, Spooks here, and welcome to a Mortician's Tale. Now, looking at this, it seemed very surreal and very moving and touching, kind of giving a deeper look and delve into what happens when you die. I actually wanted to be a mortician for a little bit when I was a child, believe it or not. At my grandma's funeral, the reverence that everyone had at the funeral home was very inviting and touching to me. So I thought this would be fun. So without further ado, let's go ahead and head on in. Said headphones recommended, so it's up to you. September 14th, 10:15 a.m. Hello and welcome to our new funeral director. Welcome, Charlie. Nice to meet you. My name's Matthew, and I'm mainly going to be the man who delivers the bodies to you and helps with some of the more heavy lifting. Ever hear that joke about a hearse driver? I'll tell it to you when I come by in a bit. Looking forward to working together. I think you'll enjoy working here. Amy is a sweetheart, but she runs a tight ship. Nothing you can't handle, I'm sure. She wouldn't have hired you otherwise. Cheers and good luck. Welcome to our new funeral director. Hello everyone, I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce our new funeral director, Charlotte, or Charlie, as she told me she likes to be referred to. Charlie is a recent graduate who came highly recommended and is eager to begin her career here with us at Rose and Daughter's Funeral Home. Please take the time to make Charlie feel at home within our little family. We'll have a nice, catered lunch this afternoon so we can all get to know each other a little better as well. Alright, so Amy's my boss. Hello, Charlie.
Hello, Charlie. Well, you're new here, so it's probably best I explain where everything is. In your office preparation room, you'll find your cremation station, cremulator station, embalming station, and obviously, since you're reading this email, your desk and computer area. I know you have questions working with these stations, but please let me know if you have any questions. I know you have experience working with these. Let me know if you have any questions. I guess my subject lines to you should start being more professional now that we are business professionals. I can't wait to get your reply so I can see your fancy new email signature. I love that you were able to land this gig straight after graduating. It sounds super cool. I didn't even know mom and pop funeral homes were a thing until now. Guess it's just not something I really think about that much. I should look more into this. Maybe more about your world and industry because, as I said, you are now a very serious professional. Speaking of being professional, my museum gig is amazing. I can't believe somebody paid me to move to London, and not London on serial killer capital of Canada. I didn't even know there was a London in Ontario. To work in a museum. Like, take that, everyone who said I couldn't get a job with an art history degree. I'll tell you more about it when we Skype. My stories require you to see my face and that you hear my excellent British accent impersonation. Also, I signed you up for a Funerals Monthly newsletter. Consider it your graduation gift. I love you and I'm super proud of you, gift. Love you, love you, love you, Jen L. London Pathology. That would be cool. Okay, today's tasks. Hello, Charlie. Hope you settled in.
Okay, I won't be able to do a voice like that. Hello, Charlie. Hope you settled in okay so far. Matthew should have dropped off your first body for you to work on. He said you were really friendly and he's glad to have someone young and lively to work with. Spooky, a little creepy. You'll get used to his sense of humor. Your first body is Miss Garcia, an elderly woman who died suddenly of a heart attack. The family has asked for a closed casket funeral, so no embalming or body preparation is necessary. The family seems a little bit more united than previous families we've dealt with. Strange how grief affects people differently. Perhaps having more time to say goodbye makes things easier, if that's possible. That being said, although you will not be embalming Mrs. Garcia, I do think it's important to take the time to clean her body. No one is going to see her body, but I like to encourage my funeral directors to do this out of respect for the deceased and their loved ones. You'll find Mrs. Garcia in the prep room. I don't think this game has any nudity. It might. I didn't actually think about that. So, yeah. Oh, blah, 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 blah.
So, okay, don't be on your cell phone. Don't be loud and obnoxious. Don't get drunk. Happily reminisce. Give condolences. Dress appropriately. Give a gift or sign the registration book. Oh, shoot. I need to actually... Sure thing, I'll get right to it. Oh, good, she's covered. And who knows, maybe one day I will work at a funeral home. This is the prep room, where you will prepare bodies for burials and viewings. Because the family has requested a closed casket ceremony with no embalming, you are just going to clean the body. Click on the sponge and drag it over the body to clean it. Clean, clean, clean. How did you even get so dirty? That's it, you're done. Mrs. Garcia will be sent to Mike, who will take care of dressing and putting her in the casket. It's time to go to Mrs. Garcia's funeral. You are responsible for taking care of the deceased body, but it is also important to pay your respects to their loved ones. Follow the arrow to head to the funeral parlor. I hate wearing pantyhose. My legs are so itchy, but it's always so cold in these funeral homes. I think I might actually miss those sweaters she used to knit for me now. I feel like the kid needs to be comforted. Mommy, I'm hungry. When can we go? That's fair. Hey, buckaroo. We usually don't small talk a lot of these things. At least that's what I was always taught. Well, I just want them, let them know that I'm here for them. She would have hated these paintings. She was so particular. Yeah, at least she doesn't have to see them, I guess. That's, yeah, I guess. Yeah, I heard the family specifically said no embalming. I thought it was mandatory, like required by law, but I guess not. Embalming weirds me out. Do those chemicals leach into the ground? It seems strange to be using a chemical that is known to cause cancer and putting it into the ground like that. Or into the sewer. That's what they must do with the leftover formaldehyde, right? Just pour it down the drain? At least embalming guarantees you won't be buried alive. Stop it, don't make me laugh right now. Well, none of those. I mean, I don't do grief well. I guess in the sense that I don't view it like other people do. Like, yeah, death sucks, but I'm like, at least they had a good life. They are free from any worries or stresses that they had previously. So I guess I have a very positive outlook on death. And also, when I am sad, I cope using humor, which is not great. October 11th, 10:09 a.m. I'm coming. Whew. Okay, so let me explain a bit more detail. A colleague and I were discussing the tight lacer's liver specimen we have here at the museum. It's from a woman who died in 1907, and the liver is tapered inwards from what the doctor leading the autopsy believed was too tight lacing across her corset. It's fascinating because it's kind of a controversial topic. Tight lacing was super popular, and while people associated it with fainting or hysteria, it's actually been associated with visceroptosis, which is when the organs fall to the lower part of the abdomen, which is super unsettling but can also be caused by being pregnant. So, TLDR, I don't know what that means. Corsets probably messed up some bones, but likely didn't do this kind of internal organ damage. I'm tired of the condescension about my wardrobe that also implies I don't know what I'm doing. These are the kinds of things I specifically research and yet am treated like I know nothing about. I'm having a day, Charlie. I'm sorry, Jen. Hi, Charlie. Here are the instructions for your next body. You did a remarkable job on the first one, and the family was very happy with you. No small feat, of course. Pleasing a grieving family isn't exactly the most comfortable of jobs. Your next job is a man named Mr. Duval. An elderly man died of old age. Nothing fancy, just a standard funeral with embalming. You can reach out to his daughter, Lizzie Duvall, if you have any questions. She's handling her father's passing as well as can be expected. As always, don't hesitate to ask me questions. Oh, yes, I want to see this. Hi, Amy. Please pass along our deepest thanks to you and your staff for the wonderful job they did with our mother's funeral. It was really lovely, except she hated the paintings. Our family so rarely gets together, it was nice seeing everyone come out for such a beautiful service. My son never gets to see his family. Also, it was incredibly kind of you to let us bring our own food in. Getting to share some home-cooked meals, sharing stories, being there together, it meant a lot. So what I'm saying is, it was nice for everyone to be there like that, together in that way. And I know how much of that was due to the work of your staff, especially your funeral director. Thank you for making this difficult time easier for all of us. Just passing this message along. Oh. That is such a long story. Oh, I'll read it. Hey there, Charlie. I was driving around the other day, taking our clients on their last trip around town, and I was thinking. Strange, I know. Did I ever tell you the first time I went to a funeral? I was a teenager about to start university, and a friend of mine was killed. In a car accident, totally out of the blue. Really tragic stuff. Messed me and my friends up real good. Excuse me. But so the big day. We all got into our best suits and dresses and packed ourselves into a few cars. There were a lot of us, so we had at least 3 different cars full of us, like clown cars, While we're in the procession going to the cemetery, somebody in our car got a phone call from a friend in a different car. Turns out some asshat driver who doesn't know to not get in the way of a procession drove through the intersection and smashed straight into our friend's car. Nobody was hurt, but can you imagine getting that call? Anyways, one of my friends in the same car as me, the one who got the phone call, hung up and started laughing. Just laughing her ass off in that way that makes you not sure if they're really just crying or if they've gone fully off the deep end. And she laughed, and then we all started giggling because, go figure, life is messed up sometimes, There's no moral, no point to that story, I guess. I just remembered that story and wanted to tell you. Because we work with death all the time. And I still sometimes get caught off guard by what that actually means. Oh, before you get any ideas, that has nothing to do with why I became a funeral director. That decision came totally later, and is nothing unremarkable. Somebody has to do it, and I have a strong stomach. So why not? Alright, Mr. Duvall. Wait. Oh, cool. For a second I was going to say, why is that one so much more expensive? Because they actually prepared the body. Okay, I already accepted that. Mr. Duvall should be over here. Hey, buddy. Traditional burials typically require embalming, which preserves the body and prevents it from decomposing as quickly. Unless the family requests otherwise, all traditional burials will use embalming. Let's start by cleaning the body. Clean, 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 clean. Okay, let's shave your body, I guess. Which I never thought about them having to do. In order to break rigor mortis, you'll have to massage the body. Ooh, that's weird, and I did not think about that, but that would be weird to just massage a dead body. But so, for those of you that don't know, when you pass away, your body and all your muscles and everything just kind of tense up and get stiff. You essentially become like a board. So this is getting rid of that stiffness. Assuming so I can maneuver the body to prepare it. The eyeballs deflate once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag an eye cap into each eye socket to give it shape. To keep the eyes shut, you'll need to glue them. Click and drag the glue onto each eye to shut it. The mouth sags and hollows once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag a cotton ball into the mouth to give it shape. To keep the mouth from opening, you'll need to suture it shut. Click and drag the needle and thread over the jaw to close it. Oh. All of this does fascinate me, by the way. Click and drag the lotion over the body to moisturize it. This prevents the skin from drying out. Puts the lotion on its skin. Embalming involves removing blood and replacing it with preserving chemicals. Click and drag the scalpel over the neck to make the incision. You are going to need it. Ooh. I don't get squeamish about a lot of things, and I play a lot of horror games and a lot of gory games, but this makes me a little squeamish. You're going to need a tube for draining the blood. Click on the tube and drag it into the neck incision. Ooh. Click on the cannula and drag it into the carotid artery. Now you'll need to connect the embalming machine to the cannula. Grab some additional tubing and drag it to the cannula. Click on the button on the embalming machine to turn it on. I think what this does... In order to evenly distribute the chemicals, you have to massage them through the body. So what this does is it sucks out the blood and puts in the embalming fluid. All in one go. This is interesting, you gotta admit. Sorry, I'm just like super focused on this for some reason. Alright, there you go, buddy. Great, now let's sew up that incision. Click and drag the needle and thread over the incision to close it. Okay. Okay, almost done. You'll need to drain the organs of any remaining fluid. Click on the trocar, then click and hold on the abdomen until all the liquid has been drained. Rather not. This is why I didn't become some mortician. And you're done. Mike will take care of Mr. Duvall's makeup, as well as dressing and putting him in the casket. It's time to attend the funeral. Now I can do that part. Alright, Mr. Duvall. Came out of nowhere. I mean, it always sort of does, doesn't it? Yeah, one minute you're laughing, having fun, and then the next, poof, that person is gone. Just like, gone. Yeah, it's weird to think about that for too long. Like staring at the sun. I start to feel all fuzzy when I think about it. It's so weird how our bodies just stop working. Like that. Yeah. Yeah. It's so strange not seeing most people wearing white. White? Yeah, I think it's different for different family members. I can't remember. I haven't gone to many traditional funerals. So mostly white, but like definitely not red. No matter what. Thought everyone wore black. He always wanted to take his grandkids to the park, play catch. He loved playing catch. He threw a mean curveball, that's for sure. No, I'm gonna cry. It's because you miss Toby. And my dad, who's actually kind of on his way out. You are a bad funeral director. Rest in peace, Mr. Duvall. December 2nd, 10:22 a.m. Oh, well, to bet we're gonna do a cremation now. I'm coming. Ooh, I got some sick tats. I'm coming. Hello, Charlie. Today's funeral is for a woman who died from breast cancer. Nothing fancy, just a standard cremation. Please don't hesitate to ask if you have any questions. Oh, no more information on her? Oh, from Lizzie Duvall. Hi, Amy. Thank you for the wonderful evening you and your staff put together for my father's funeral. He wasn't always an easy man to get along with, but I'm glad to have seen him off, and in such a kind way. Okay, death industry dating website called Dead Meat. Okay, sorry, Jen, I'm not reading all your stuff anymore. Matthew's getting a little bit more interesting, though. I don't like the look of this, not one bit. Now, you've only been with us for a few months, but maybe you're aware of the trouble Amy has been having. Small mom-and-pop shop like Rose and Daughters can't compete with the bigger guys. Anyway, don't tell Amy I sent this to you. Also, I'm starving, so I'm going to go grab some fast food before taking the hearse to the car wash. 2 birds with 1 stone. And swinging back to the home. Do you want anything? A beef and cheddar? Ooh, I do like a beef and cheddar. I'm going to take the hearse through the drive-thru. Of course, it freaks people out. I love it. They get so awkward. Paycheck coming late, sorry. Hey, Matthew, this is embarrassing, but it seems I miscalculated some of our income and I don't have enough to pay you this week. Would it be terribly inconvenient if I cut you a check for next week instead? If you need the money urgently, please let me know. I feel terrible about this whole thing and I can cut you a check from my personal account if need be. I'm so sorry about this. I assure you it won't happen again. That's kind of cool. LGBTQ funerals, respect, people are trans, death. Well, yeah, obviously. Everyone deserves respect. Okay. Oh, sorry, I'm just kind of... Before we cremate Miss Hall, we need to prepare her body. Miss Hall's family brought clothing and jewelry for her to wear. It's important to remove these before the cremation process, as to not damage them. Isn't that why they brought them? Or is this post-funeral? Let's start by removing Mrs. Hall's necklace. We need to be able to identify Mrs. Hall's remains after she's been cremated. Click and drag the round identification tag and place it in the coffin. Great. Mrs. Hall is all set to be cremated now. Goodbye, sweetheart. Like, I wouldn't be able to do funerals for kids and stuff. That would just be too hard. This is the cremulator. Contrary to popular belief, cremation doesn't turn bodies into ash so much as bone fragments. Using the cremulator will break these bone fragments down to an ash-like remains. I actually saw this post. Sorry, quick timeout. I saw this post where this guy wanted to be cremated, and then his skull kept intact, but the rest of his ashes compressed into jewels and gemstones and then put into the eyes. So that's kind of cool. Okay, let's start by placing the urn in the cremulator. Click and drag the bone fragments and drop them into the top of the cremulator. That is so fascinating. Is this like a scapula? Now that all the bones have been processed, click and drag the urn back onto the counter. Make sure to put Mrs. Hall's necklace back into the urn. Click on the necklace and drag it into the urn. Don't forget the tag. Click on the round identification tag and drag it into the urn. Last step, click on the urn's lid and drag it on top of the urn. Oh, that's what that is. All done. Amy will take the urn to the funeral parlor and present it alongside some flowers. I don't think I've actually seen Amy in here. This is nice in a weird way. She'd like that we're all here, talking. She always tried to keep the family together. The food is delicious. I know that's weird, but these crab cakes are perfect. Yeah, that's, I'm just good at what I do. Glad she was cremated and not in, like, an open casket or something. Seeing her like that, I don't know if I could have. At least we all got to say goodbye. She would have liked that. She fought really hard. She was proud of herself. She never gave up, not once. Oh yeah, she died of breast cancer. She would have hated this music. She never wanted her funeral to be sad. She would have wanted us smiling. She said so. think I ever got her name. Goodbye. February 14th, 10:14 a.m. Sorry, I spaced out hard. News about the future of Rosendahl's funeral home. Oh no. Hi all. It is with a very heavy heart that I write to all to let you all know that Rose and Daughters will no longer be in business. I had no idea how to start this email, and resources I googled told me that that would be the best and easiest way to break the ice. Be direct but remorseful, Google said. The truth is, I don't really know what to say. Since my father passed away, I've done my best to make Rose and Daughters warm and friendly to anyone who chose to use our services. It was my memorial to him. The original Rose, in a lot of ways, and you've all become like family, including you, Charlie, our most recent addition. But it's been getting harder to make ends meet. Rent is going up in the neighborhood, and I'm finding less and less like I have the energy for this business. There's a lot of competition from other funeral homes, larger corporations than we are that can take on more business and offer more impressive services. You know the way it goes. So we've been bought, or I sold. Either way, soon Hillside Heritage Enterprises, Inc., a company that owns many funeral homes in the city and across the country, will replace Rose and Daughters, starting from the beginning of next month. Same building, same name. They're keeping the name Rose and Daughter Funeral Home for tax purposes. Though honestly, I'm trying hard not to just see it as a move on their part to keep up the image. That it's a family-run business. I don't know how I feel about that, but I also don't know if there's anything I can do at this point either. I've signed the papers. At least my father's legacy is still intact somewhat. They have a good reputation, and I've agreed to keep you all on. That was one of my stipulations. I would sell as long as you all weren't without a job. Sorry I didn't tell you in a more personal way. I would have loved to have accompanied Lutch, but admittedly, I didn't have the heart to tell you in person. This was easier for me. Please understand. Margarita Hall. Hi, Amy. I'm so eternally grateful that you were able to accommodate our request for my sister's funeral. It was a beautiful service, and she would have been happy with it. Such a weird thing to say, isn't it? Thank you, again, from the bottom of my heart. Ryan Garcia. Hi, Amy. I know this email might be a bit odd, but you said if I was ever having troubles, I should reach out, and you would know somebody I could talk to about all this. I don't know what to do now. I know my grandmother has lived a full, good life and was very happy, and that she's not in any pain now, but I feel empty, Amy. I've never felt this empty before. What am I supposed to do now? I thought I was stronger than this. Can you refer me to someone to talk to? I don't want to freak out my mom right now. She's dealing with enough, with work and the will, and trying to just be the best mom she can. I just need somebody to tell me that it'll be okay. Thank you, and I'm sorry for the inconvenience. I thought I would forward this to you. In situations like this, we typically connect people like Ryan with a grief counselor or other professionals who can really help them. Sometimes we get emails like this when people don't know where else to turn. It's difficult, and family isn't always the most reliable for some people. Usually, I would be happy to connect him, but I'm feeling a little tired today. Not my usual self. And it would be good for you to start building these kinds of relationships on your own. You're a treasure, Charlie. Charlie, been playing a new game. Things are worse. Called Tales from the Crypt Sweeper. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, don't care. Okay. Hi, Charlie. Please see the note below about the pacemaker. They can be tricky. Mariana Reyes. Hi, Amy. You asked me if there was any special instructions we wanted to pass along. Just please cremate my father. He has a pacemaker too. The doctor told me that would need to be removed. Alright, let's do it. Now, obviously, I don't know how long this game is, but I'm going to play it in its entirety. I feel like it deserves it. This is a beautifully made game. Mr. Reyes came directly from the hospital, so we don't have to worry about removing any valuables from him, as the family did not provide any for us to include. However, Mr. Reyes has a pacemaker that we'll need to remove before cremation. Because pacemakers are batteries, they will explode inside the hot heat of the cremation machine. And we definitely don't want that. Let's start by removing Mr. Reyes' pacemaker. Click and drag the scalpel over the heart to make an incision. You can see the pacemaker. Click on the forceps to click and drag the pacemaker out of the heart. Put the forceps away, then place the round identification tag in the coffin. Oh yeah, I guess we don't need to sew him up. Mr. Reyes is all set to be cremated now. Alright, Mr. Reyes. Let's get you sorted out, buddy. Woo! Woo! Well done. Amy will take the urn to the funeral parlor and present it alongside some flowers. Alright. Alright, Mr. Reyes. Did you ever end up clearing the air with your father? No, we talked a few times, but no, not really. He sounded like a difficult man. He was stubborn. That's just it. Stubborn. What do you want to do after this? It's pretty nice out. Let's change and go find a patio somewhere. Sounds good. I could really use a beer right now. Hey, did I ever tell you the time we tailgated? With Mrs. Reyes. I wonder if he ever liked me. He was nice to me, but I don't know. Okay. Hopefully not Miss Reyes. He never seemed like he really cared if I was there or not. I always told him to quit smoking, but of course he never listened to me, so that figures. Oh, so you're technically a different person each time. You just kind of look the same. Farewell, Mr. Reyes. February 28th, 10:35 a.m. I'm coming. I'm coming. Hi, Amy. I just wanted to thank you for the service the other month, and apologize if I was abrupt. It was kind of a shock for me, and I didn't feel comfortable with the whole process. He wasn't supposed to die yet. It hasn't been easy. Oh my gosh. I was hoping not to do this. Charlie, I was hoping you wouldn't have to confront the situation. Yet, anyways. They're never easy. Rosendaughters has been asked to prepare the body of a young man who took his own life. He'd had a will prepared and asked for cremation, but the family has demanded a traditional burial instead. Unfortunately, he didn't make anyone his power of attorney or didn't have any witnesses sign his living will or his advance directive regarding these wishes, so his family is legally in the right to do whatever they want with his body. It's unfortunate, but we have to do as the family wishes. Matthew has graciously offered to take this on if you are uncomfortable with the subject. Instead, we have a second body you can prepare for a funeral we're hosting later this afternoon. Charlie, is the suicide something you're comfortable dealing with? Not super, because I actually lost a really good friend to suicide when I was a teenager. So don't do it. Not good. It's not going to get you free from anything. If anything, you just lost the opportunity to be happy again. Good day, Miss Rose. Disregard our son's will as it concerns matters of his burial. He was clearly not thinking right and didn't know what he really wanted. Proceed with an open casket funeral. Awesome. You made me cry. That's gonna haunt me. The deceased's family has asked for an open casket funeral. Let's start by cleaning the body. Get it all shaved. Massage. Eye caps in. Glue the eyes shut. Cotton balls in the mouth. Dink, 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 dink. And moisturize the body. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Alright, let's massage this into you, buddy. No, this isn't what you wanted. And I hate that I have to do this. But legally I do. But we'll make you look real good, I promise. I actually had 2 friends die when I was preteen and teenager. One of them was a confirmed suicide. One of them, they don't know. He went missing for a couple of weeks after a camping trip, or during a camping trip. And they found him a couple of weeks later, washed up on shore of this stream. So that was fun. How did I just do both? All done. Mike will take care of Mr. Scott's makeup, as well as dressing and putting him in the casket. I don't want to go out there. I really don't. 'Cause I'm not super happy with the dad. Does it say the boy's name? Charlie. Nope, it's from Charlie. I'm Charlie. Can't even imagine. Can't even fathom losing my child to that. Not cool. I wish we were closer. I still can't believe this is real. My baby brother, I should have played more games with him when he asked. I still can't believe he did it. I feel like I should have known, been able to do something to stop it. There was no way to know. You can't blame yourself. He wouldn't have wanted that. I know. It hurts. I know. I heard it wasn't going to be open casket. Surprised it's public. Usually funerals for these circumstances are more private. Shove off. Goodbye, Mr. Scott. Oh, please don't be a child. Please don't be a child. Please. Oh, hey. New company. Goody. I need to read this first. We are pleased to bring on Rose and Daughters as part of Hillside Heritage Enterprises, Inc. They will be another institution amongst hundreds of our properties owned across the country. But of course, as part of the adjustment process to the Hillside Heritage Enterprises, Inc. culture, there will be a number of changes that will come to Rose and Daughters. We will send out the memo regarding the specifics and details of these changes, and we expect them to be followed impeccably. Glad to be leading the way for Rose and Daughters from now on. Can I just say, first off, that this is bullcrap. Knowing how these corporations run, I wouldn't be surprised if they're monitoring our emails now. No, okay, I don't really believe that. I'm just upset. I get that Amy didn't have much of a choice. You can only fight a huge corporation taking all of your business for so long. This isn't 6 feet under. And they just swooped in, and now we have to deal with their BS practices. They're colder than the corpses I picked up from the morgue this morning. Who charges this much for funerals? It feels dirty and exploitive. Let's grab a drink after work. I need to blow off some steam, and emails aren't really the most appropriate place to do this. Too late for me, I guess. P.S. If you are reading this, Hillside Overlord, good. Dang it. I smushed my glasses. Charlotte. I'm Charlie. Below are the details for our next client. Ensure you follow the requested specifications exactly. After you are done, I'll review your work in order to properly evaluate you at the end of each month, or at the end of the month. Leah Lunsko. Thank you, Mr. Grant, for agreeing to take care of Jocelyn's cremation. The bike accident was, well, it was more than I was expecting. I know she wanted to be cremated, and to be honest, I don't think I could bear seeing her like that after what happened. Cremations. Right to attend a death cafe. I have a lot of work to do with an inguinal hernia from 1750. Ew. Okay. Get right to it. Alright, Jocelyn. Take your watch. Throw an identification tag in the coffin. I feel like she wasn't. That was too easy. Don't like that. Alright. Woo! Oh, that's not appropriate. This is not an appropriate thing for me to do. Oh, it's got a hummingbird or a bird on it. I gotta put that in first. Matthew will take Miss Lonisko's urn. Oh, Ioniscos? I don't know how to pronounce that. I'll just call her Jocelyn. Should we do a vigil at this spot? Careless drivers, I swear. She was always so careful. Wore her helmet, signaled, used the bike lanes. Asshole drivers, they need to pay attention. Have you heard what's happening to the driver? No, I wanted to ask Leah, but this has been hard enough on them without asking about the legal ramifications of all this. Yeah, after all this, let's see what we can do to help them. Shouldn't deal with the death of their partner all by themselves. Assuming that's Leah. I have to go through all of her things. How am I supposed to decide what to keep? If you need help, I can help. No, thanks. I mean, no, but no. I don't know. It's so intimate. It feels like I should do it myself. She would kill me if others saw the things we have. Okay, so that's Leah. Yeah, she was kind of a closed book. Except to you. Yeah. Yeah, she was special. I'm glad I'm here, but wow, I just need a glass of wine and to binge watch something right now. So glad it was a cremation. I would have lost it, seeing her body. Goodbye, Jocelyn. Okay. I'm coming. Hello, as stated in a previous email. Oh, goodness. Here are the new rules and code of conduct I expect you to follow from now on while on any premises belonging to Hillside Heritage Enterprises. First and foremost, there is required uniform and strict dress code from now on. Second, most importantly to this, that no tattoos are to be visible. If you have visible tattoos, ensure they are properly covered and hidden. When speaking with customers and clients, consider the opportunity to upsell. Always encourage the deceased loved ones to purchase the higher quality package. We find that encouraging loved ones to think of the comfort and style of the deceased as an experience with no price limit on it. Additionally, food is no longer allowed to be brought in. Instead, encourage the deceased loved ones to purchase our premium sandwich and appetizer food package. Our partner Catering Concepts provides high quality food that will be delivered weekly from their factory and can easily be defrosted the morning of the funeral. I expect all of the above changes to be instituted effective immediately to ensure a smooth transition into the high quality services. Is that high quality? Because it kind of sounds like an asshole thing to do. Charlie, I need a drink. Beer after work? Also, I really want mozzarella sticks. I can be both hungry and angry, and no, I will not say hangry, ever. Hello, Charlotte. I have reviewed your request on behalf of a potential family inquiring if we at Hillside Heritage Enterprises, Inc. can and will perform green burials. I should have informed you of this at the beginning, but we do not perform green funerals as they are not cost effective. All employees and subsidiaries of Hillside Heritage Enterprises, Inc. must comply. We do not wish to lose potential customers, though, so do try your hardest to convince the families requesting green burials to instead choose a traditional burial package, complete with embalming, caskets, and vaults instead. Screw you, dude. Charlotte, I'm proud to announce that Hillside Heritage Enterprises, Inc. received a contract with the city to dispose of any unclaimed bodies. This is an important revenue stream for us, as I'm sure I don't need to explain to you, Charlotte. Although Hillside Heritage Enterprises, Inc. is being paid a decent wage from the city for those services, cremation is preferred here as it is the more cost-efficient of the two options. The first unclaimed body we will be handling belongs to a middle-aged man, possibly homeless, whose body has yet to be claimed. No special preparations are needed for this cadaver aside from cremation. Screw you, Chad. Look like a Jed. To repair his body. He doesn't even have any valuables on him that would be damaged during cremation, so let's just worry about putting his identification tag in the coffin with him. It's all set. I would probably quit. Like, seeing how downhill it's gotten, I would probably quit. Especially because she said she was like the top of her class. Or at least that's what it said in the beginning. Oh, yeah, I guess I should probably put that there. Still find that so interesting. Okay. Is there gonna be a funeral? There's nobody knew him, right? I'm here, buddy. Godspeed. Really starting to hate Chad quite a bit. Hello all, we are thrilled to announce the Hillside Heritage Enterprises Inc. subsidiary Rose & Daughters just signed a contract with Morning Valley Hospital, allowing us access to all of the cadavers that come through their pediatric maternity wards. The hell is wrong with you, dude? We're excited for the opportunity to work with Morning Valley Hospital, which intakes over 100,000 patients, receives over $15 million in funding and donations annually. This will no doubt be a boon for Hillside Heritage Enterprises Inc.'s bright and sustained future. Charlie, it's official. I put in my 2 weeks notice. You know how unhappy I am working for Make It Corporation 101. My skills, especially my driving ones, are useful in other professions. I'm not worried about myself, but you I am worried about. You're too good for this corporate scum. You actually care about the people you work with and for. Don't let them defeat you, okay? Dating a special effects artist. The coolest person I've ever met. That would be cool. I would love to do special effects. Blah, 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 blah. So kind of a shock from your last email. Do you think you're going to do it? You know you got my support. Oh, probably quit? I hope I quit. Charlotte, I see you were not able to convince the Dimka family to take a standard funeral. I had to contact them myself in order to not lose the sale. Please read the enclosed emails for a lesson on how to properly upsell potential customers. I don't want to see that we've lost any customers because of your refusal to upsell. That is part of your job. That is not part of my job. That is 110% not part of my job. Dear Mr. Grant, regarding the last time we spoke, my daughters and I would still prefer to host a home funeral ourselves and keep my wife here until she's ready to be buried. I just want to make sure she's taken care of. Her heart attack was so sudden. We don't know what to do. Just want to make sure that she has a proper send-off. Dear Mr. Dimka, I understand your desire to keep your wife at home, but I assure you, the best way to honor your wife is through a traditional funeral package instead. I promise you, your wife's funeral with us will be a beautiful, intimate gathering where all of her beloved friends and family can come together and say their goodbyes. A standard embalming will allow for everyone to view your wife, ensuring that everyone can see her one final time as she was, beautiful, peaceful, and courageous. Letting us take care of the food with our prepared food service will ensure you don't have a single thing to worry about on this day. You and your daughters are going through a hard time right now. Let us here at Rose & Daughters make this difficult time a little easier for you. Okay, we'll take the traditional funeral package. Eat a dick, Chad. Part of my job, my ass. Okay, open casket. You had a heart attack? You look so young. Okay, eye caps. I'm pretty much a professional at this point. Professional who hates Chad. Oh. Guess we need the lotion. Oof, I hate that part. Alright. There we go. There we go. So, would they need to this is probably an off-the-cuff question. But would they need to massage the breast extra to make sure it can actually get through all the mammary glands and everything? Let's see. Okay, let's get you sewn up, sweetheart. Ah, dang it. Well, good thing no one was here to see me mess up. Alright, Mike will take care of Mrs. Dimka's makeup. Hey, Chad. It's so cold in here. I think they have the air conditioning on too high. Yeah, let's go for a walk later. It's really nice out. It would be good to stretch my legs. I'm starving. Why do these things always make me so hungry? You're always hungry. A lot of caring people here. This feels so impersonal. She would have hated this. Yeah, but I don't know. They must have had their reasons. Oh, hey, what do you think of that trailer I sent you? Oh yeah, I heard that show was so good. I saw that video of the one kid actor doing karaoke. I'm sorry, man. I didn't want it to be this way either. Do you think we did the right thing? I feel bad not doing what Mom asked for. I know, honey, but what that Chad guy said seems right. We don't want to dishonor her memory by letting her rot. Yeah. I just want Mom to know. I just want Mom to know I loved her. Wish I hadn't yelled at her before. Shh, it's okay. She knew you loved her. Fights happen. Please don't be hard on yourself. Yeah. I'm going to miss her. Me too. Goodbye, Mrs. Dimka. How am I still at this job? I'm not. Charlie, dear, I'm so proud of you. I knew there was something special in you when I hired you for Rose and Daughters. If there's anything I can do for you, please do not hesitate to ask. I am always happy to help. I so really miss you and Matthew's terrible sense of humor. You'll never believe what my new job I am working now. Open this email to find out. Hey, Charlie. When I first became a hearse driver, I was told that my most important job wasn't steering. It was sympathizing. I respectfully disagree. And thankfully, I concentrate on my driving skills since I'm now working as a, wait for it, bus driver. A school bus driver, Charlie. Can you believe it? Pretty sure if I said the most important part of my job now wasn't steering, I'd be fired immediately. I didn't know how else to tell you. For some reason I was worried you'd think less of me. But I don't know why. You've never been the judgmental kind. Besides, corpses are way easier to deal with than children. Screaming children, might I add. I actually love it. These kids can be pretty cute. But don't tell Amy that I told you that. She's always harping on me for not having any kids, and for being all cynical about them. Congrats on your new business, Charlie. I'm proud of you. I'll swing by your new place one day and show you my new wheels. Maybe we can grab a bite to eat. So I got a new business. Charlie, I'm so happy for you. I know it's been a rough year for you. Seriously, I think our wine intake saw a bazillion% increase. You stuck through it like a champ. You deserve this. Finally being your own boss is a great move for you. No more having to explain anything you don't want to. I'm trying to not be too cheesy right now. Can't wait to be home next week for our visit and to check out your new space. Eileen Hansen. Dear Charlie, today's the day already, isn't it? I can't believe how quickly this has come up. Thank you for your understanding and for your work. You've made today easier already. See you at 1 p.m. Okay. It's not a funeral. It is a funeral. Magnolia Forest Funeral Home and Natural Burial Park. Well, that's kind of cool, actually. Planting trees as headstones. That's really cool, actually. This hurts. I thought it'd be easier, but it's not. It hurts so much. But thank you for helping me give her the funeral she always wanted. Anyway, I think we're ready to get started now. That's really cool. Good for her. Good for us. Screw Chad. Everybody comment screw Chad. That was a gorgeous game. Huge, huge shout out to all of these people. It's like, holy cow. Like, I've got chills. I had chills almost the entire game. I cried for a little bit, which was just awesome. Because crying on camera is always so fun. Our friends and our families. and pets. Meredith, Bastion, Bee, Future, Luna, and Tyler. Made using Unity and Fmod. I almost said Infinity. Oh, that's cool. We got support from the Ontario Arts Council. In memory of Elaine D'Arienzo, Emil Engelman, Camille Cologies. Thank you for playing. You're welcome. That's going to be up there in some of my favorite games. Highly recommend this game. I cannot say enough good about it, except for Chad. Chad was a dick, but he was supposed to be. Very well written character. If you hate a character and you're supposed to hate that character, the writer did a good job. But I hope that this maybe showed you another side of life, or another side of not life. And I hope that you can just kind of ponder what your life means, maybe hug your loved ones a little closer, a little tighter. But there will be a link to this down in the description below. Please go check it out. Support these people like crazy. They did amazing. But I will go ahead and leave that here. Until next time, guys, stay spooky. Toodles.